Focus. There we go. Doing a bit of a throwback here. I found these two items here. Was it last year? Pretty cool. They were really close together. I'm going to talk about this dime here. I was hunting in a park. It was by my house, and I've seen guys metal detecting there for years. I lived over there for about 10 years, and I got into metal detecting probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago at the most. But I was hunting in this park, and I was with my buddy Tobe, who you've seen. I'm sorry. And I found... Let's see if I can get it in there. Focus! A little more. Well, it's an 1839 seated Liberty dime. Again, in an area where people have been metal detecting for years. There used to be an old farmhouse there, which you'll learn a little bit more about here in a minute. One cool thing about this dime is it has a reverse of 8. What that means is the die for the backside of the dime was from an 1838, and that is indicated by the block style O. A true 1839 has a more round O versus the block oval O. And I'll have a picture at the end of the video that will help versus this crappy focus work that I got going on. Well, I found this, got really excited, hooping and hollering, making a fool of myself. It was like, oh my God, find of a lifetime. Problem was I was concerned that being only my first year and a half of metal detecting, it peaked a little early, so I was worried about all the letdowns afterwards. But 24 hours later, I found this really awesome piece right here, about 10 feet away. Again, people have been detecting over there for years. At first, I was like, oh, cute, a toy badge, how nice. But then, when I looked at it, I was like, I don't think anybody would put Franklin County, Ohio, on a toy badge. And then, of course, the word solicitor, I'm like, what kid wants to play with this? So after a lot of research, right here at the bottom, it says Fifth Liberty Loan. So after a lot of research and looking and trying to figure out what the heck it was, I found out that this badge was a lapel pin badge that was issued to war bond salesmen on the Fifth Liberty Loan campaign, the last Liberty Loan. 1920 to 23, this badge was issued, given what I could find out. I've looked at the Ohio Historical Society. They requested it a couple times. I have a problem handing things over. It is a copper badge. I'd like to learn a little bit more about restoring it better. Maybe I should just hand it over to them, let them clean it up, throw it in their Liberty campaign display and call it a day, but I'm having trouble letting it go. So I learned quite a bit about it. It was kind of neat doing the history. I still need to drag my butt down to their library, and hopefully somebody has a record of what badge 1819, who that was issued to through Franklin County. Now, what makes this rare is not that it was a Liberty Loan badge. They were issued, by the thousands to Boy Scouts, to anybody who wanted to do this. They took an oath, they signed a piece of paper, they got a badge. But at the end of the campaign, we were still on rationing. So copper was a hot item. And most of these were turned in, melted down, turned into, bullets or whatever. So that makes it kind of unique in inside itself. Now, you can find these online, but they're all different kinds of shapes, styles. I have yet to see this particular style for Franklin County at all. So it's kind of neat. Not for sure how they came up with it, but I'm really excited about continuing to learn. Now, about the farmhouse. In my search on where I found this, the property is a park, which was purchased by a school, and the house that was on it was bulldozed. And the census for I want to say 10 through 1928 for that area. The farmer, I'm going to omit the name, took in boarders. And they had a bunkhouse, they had a barn. Daggone focus. Had a barn. But they took in boarders. So the question is was this somebody in his family, or was it one of the people traveling through? So my best guess is this stuff got dropped out by, the bunkhouse and eventually bulldozed, by the city. So it's pretty cool. I'll include some extra pictures. I just wanted to take an opportunity to talk about a couple of my most absolute favorite finds. Yeah, these are going nowhere. So I hope you enjoyed this, and yeah, focus. A little more. Focus. It's just not working. Had to get a better camera, guys. And, there we go. So, that's it. Dig this. Enjoy.